Welcome to the number 27, or December 15th edition of WWMS, our weekly Friday Flex show here on the Fairfield Woods YouTube channel. We hope everybody is doing well, and we have many things to break down in today's episode. For starters, Arav will break down the holiday of Kwanzaa and the Times Magazine Person of the Year Awards, one of which was given to Taylor Swift, and we will show the best parts of my interview with Something Natural sparkling water entrepreneur, owner, and founder, Randy Shefshick. But first, let's start off with our joke of the week. Why are leopards bad at hide and seek? Because you can easily spot them. We hope you guys got some enjoyment out of that very funny joke, and shout out to Audia for the joke. But before we break down anything, we would like to remind everybody that we live stream every home basketball game for Woods on this channel, the Fairfield Woods Middle School YouTube channel. This coming week, we will broadcast 2 home boys basketball games against Tomlinson and Madison, respectively. We hope to see you there. Go Cats! But now let's go to Arav's historical and current events geopolitical segment about Kwanzaa and the Times Magazine yearly winners, including pop star Taylor Swift.
What's up, dudes? First off, for today's current events geopolitical segment, Time Magazine has released their yearly Person of the Year awards. The annual issue of the magazine features a person, group, idea, or object that, for better or for worse, has done the most to influence the sequence of events in the last 12 months. In years past, people such as Mikhail Gorbachev, Vladimir Putin, and last year, Vladimir Zelensky, along with the Spirit of Ukraine, have won this award. This year's Person of the Year award went to the popular American pop artist Taylor Swift. Her influence came from the obsession people had with her and her performances. From her record-shattering Eras tour to her newly re-released 1989 Taylor's Version album, she is clearly making gigantic success in this century. Time Magazine recently had an interview with Swift discussing her career and its roadblocks. They discussed the time when Taylor Swift lost control of the rights to all of her music to Scooter Braun and Big Machine Records before rewriting her songs in Taylor's version to get the musical rights back. If you want to learn more about Taylor Swift and her fight for music, please check out the Time interview below in article form or my own Substack article and podcast for this topic, which is also linked below. In addition to this, Time awarded the CEO of the Year award to Sam Altman, CEO of OpenAI and ChatGPT, for his work in furthering the use and development of artificial intelligence. Lastly, Time Magazine named the Athlete of the Year to be Lionel Messi for his impressive scoring on Inter Miami. Now, transitioning to a historical geopolitical segment, Kwanzaa is an annual 7-day celebration of African American culture. During Kwanzaa, people light one candle of the 7-branched candle holder similar to the menorah daily. Each candle represents one of the 7 principles of Kwanzaa, or the 7 principles of African heritage. Kwanzaa came to be after the Watts riots near Los Angeles in the mid-1960s. A Black American separatist named Maulana Karenga believed that Black people should have their own holiday, saying, "Give Black people an alternative to the existing holiday of Christmas, and give Black people an opportunity to celebrate themselves and their history, rather than simply imitate the practice of the dominant society," which was Christianity, and still is. Karenga went as far as to say that Jesus was psychotic and that Christmas solely white holiday and that African Americans should shun the holiday. Despite this, many African Americans celebrate the holiday alongside Christmas or Hanukkah, along with other holidays they may celebrate. It is said that the holiday's principles come from Swahili concepts dating back to the phrase matunda ya Kwanzaa, or fresh fruits, representing new beginnings, that were originally celebrated during the summer solstice in Swahili, but now are during the time of December and early January. Now, this American holiday is actually now less celebrated in America and is more celebrated in nations across the Caribbean Sea, etc. And with that, you guys know the drill. Peace out, dudes.
In some sports news, it was reported last Saturday afternoon that star baseball player and one of the best athletes on the planet, Shohei Ohtani, signed a 10-year, $700 million contract with the Los Angeles Dodgers, making it the biggest contract in professional sports history. Ohtani led the American League in home runs with 44 last year, and the 2-time AL MVP is one of the best pitchers and batters in the league. However, it was reported Monday that the way Ohtani earns his money will be pretty interesting. To make sure Los Angeles, the richest MLB franchise in the world, has money to build around Ohtani, Ohtani, the 29-year-old phenom, has decided to make just $2 million per year for the next 10 years, with $680 million deferred to the final year of his contract. That frees up a ton of money in cap space each season for the Dodgers. Ohtani, despite not being able to pitch next season after undergoing Tommy John surgery, will join a Dodgers team that won 100 games last season and looks to bring the organization some more success with a pretty nice paycheck to go along with it.
Now for our soccer news, Real Madrid midfielder Jude Bellingham, who signed for Madrid this past summer, was named Golden Boy in an award ceremony last Monday. The Golden Boy Award is given to the best under-21 player across the top European leagues. He actually recently broke Cristiano Ronaldo's record of most goals scored within the first 15 games of the season, which was 13 goals when he joined the team. The young English player scored 14 goals within his first 15 games with the club.
For our interview this week, I got to sit down with the owner and founder of Something Natural Sparkling Water, Randy Shefshick, and we broke down how his business has distributed to all Trader Joe's stores across the country and what exactly it takes to be an entrepreneur. Was there anything that you did growing up that made you feel attached to being a business owner or working with sparkling waters? And if not, when do you feel you developed that passion?
I think I always knew that I wanted to work for myself. I just had a tendency to be very independent as a kid growing up.
So your first major role, I feel, in your career was when you worked as a vice president at Rockstar Energy, which as of 2020 had the third highest market share among all energy drinks in the world. Explain to the audience kind of what you did there on a day-to-day basis and how that experience benefited you long-term when you started your own business.
Sure. So you're exactly right. When I got out of school, I wasn't really sure what I wanted to do. I wasn't intent on going into the beverage industry or any industry in particular. Really, what I just wanted to do is to get my feet wet in a job that I could get real hands-on experience quickly. I didn't even know what Rockstar was. I kind of heard about energy drinks. And after interviewing with them, I realized pretty quickly that I could get a lot of experience quickly that I may not be able to get in, let's say, a bigger, more established company. And fortunately, the company thrived and I was able to ride the wave with it.
How important would you say it was to originally be employed before starting your own business?
Yeah, I think it's absolutely essential. I think if whatever you want to do, wherever you want to end up, what you should do is go work for someone else in that field for a couple years at least to really understand how the business works.
He is the owner and founder at Something Natural Sparkling Water, which is in all Trader Joe's nationwide, which is just so impressive. And congrats, Randy, on being able to, accomplish that kind of success already. But how did you come up with the idea to start the company? And then once you did, what were kind of your initial steps to make it grow?
So after we mentioned Rockstar previously. So after Rockstar, I left that company to start my own brand, which is Something Natural Sparkling Water, which is the beautiful blue glass bottles that you have there. Everything from actually making the product to marketing the product to getting it on retailer shelves. It's a lot of work. But I basically went to finishing school essentially, or got a master's in how to create a beverage. That item ultimately didn't perform as well as I would have liked, but at the same time, the experience of it led me to a position where I was then able to go to retailers like Trader Joe's, Aldi, Costco, and make products for them.
What is a day in a life like of an owner of a beverage company and Something Natural? When you wake up in the morning, what is everything that you usually accomplish on a day-to-day basis to make sure this
Mhm.
company continues to succeed?
Yeah, so my business is primarily an operations business. So when I wake up in the morning, I am working on productions. I'm ordering raw materials, cans, ingredients, supplies. I'm talking to my co-packers to make sure that our productions are going off without a hitch. I am shipping containers of beverages all across the country to retailers like Trader Joe's and Aldi and Costco.
So that seems like your typical day, but has there ever been, or can there be something that could go wrong in another area? Say it's the marketing team or whatever. And is there a time where you feel like that you need to adjust and you need to kind of go away from the game plan? And if that happens, what do you really do to make sure the company gets back to flow?
Yeah, I mean, there's always things when you're running a business, a million things have to go right
Right.
every single day, right? So you do get called away for, issues all the time.
But for a future and aspiring business owner who is listening to this, what would be your biggest piece of advice to them to get to the point that you're at now?
My biggest piece of advice is to be open and flexible and to get in the game. So that's three pieces, I guess. But
Yeah.
start young like you're doing, like, right? You're building this resume here. The other thing is don't be afraid to ask for help. Don't be afraid to ask people. Look at your podcast. I mean, the people that you've asked to be on your podcast, how many people have been willingly, have given up their time to come on with you? I think a
Yeah.
lot of people who have had some level of success in their life are more than willing and actually want to give back to to younger people that are coming up. So mentors are huge, and if you can find a mentor, do not hesitate to ask them for help or support.
Great. Randy, thank you so much for coming on the show today, talking about everything that goes into being an entrepreneur. We really do appreciate it.
Chase, thanks so much, man. Had a great time.
You can buy Something Natural sparkling water on their website, linked in the description, or go to any Trader Joe's store across the country. Thanks so much to Randy for coming on. In some movie news, a movie about the fictional greatest chocolate maker of all time, Wonka, comes out today. Willy Wonka, who in the story is the greatest candy maker on Earth with a gigantic factory, is an all-time classic character, and his character, along with the Charlie and the Chocolate Factory story, has reached so many levels. There has been a junior musical, a Broadway musical, multiple movies, and now this movie about Wonka. The movie is a prequel to the Charlie and the Chocolate Factory story and about what Wonka was like as a kid and how he pursued his dream to make his chocolate the most delectable in the world. Made by Warner Bros. And starring Timothy Chalamet as Wonka, the movie is supposed to be a big box office hit. Be sure to check it out this weekend in theaters. Now for a movie review, I want to touch on another Netflix holiday movie, I Believe in Santa. The movie is a story about a single mom, a holiday writer for a publishing company, who does not like Christmas whatsoever. However, on the 4th of July, she meets her future boyfriend, who is an avid Christmas believer and fan. And the story spices up when he says he actually believes in Santa Claus. Yes, folks, the ho-ho-ho white-bearded guy that flies through the world with reindeer in one night. However, how does she and her daughter react to that? Starring John Ducey and Christina Moore, I would personally recommend checking out the 2022 Christmas film on Netflix, as it brings a cute perspective to the holiday season. All right, so that will do it here for the number 27 edition of WWMS. Thanks so much to everybody for tuning in, and we hope you enjoyed. But stay tuned for our holiday special episodes coming soon. Thanks so much to a great behind-the-scenes crew, alongside Noah Weiner and Arav Gabor, signing off here at Fairfield Middle School. I am Chase Cooler, and we'll see you next Friday. All right, let's wait a little bit. Noah.
And action.
Now for our soccer news, Real Madrid midfielder Jude Bellingham, who signed for... Who is that?
That's for him. He should be saying that.
Oh, right. It's fine. Just go down to my stuff. Time. Wonka comes out. What now?
What the heck?
What now,
She
guys?
tried waterfalling him, and then it went all.
For our interview this week, I got to sit down with the owner and founder of Something Natural Sparkling Water. Oh my God! What is going on now? In some movie news, a movie about the fictional greatest chocolate maker of all time, Wonka. You have got to be kidding me. You have got to be kidding me. Now for a movie review, I want to touch on another Netflix holiday movie. I've lost tolerance.
Be quiet.
All right. No, 3, 2, 1. 3, 2, 1. Action. Bye-bye.